Hey y'all, we are back with another mukbang. This is the fourth one on this channel and the third annual end of the year mukbang where we talk about our highs, our lows, good things, bad things, what we learned as a couple, and how we plan on moving forward in the new year. So without further ado, let's hop into it.
What do we got today, baby?
Let me let the people know. So today we have the mukbang of all mukbangs. We have a seafood boil. In the past we've done sushi, we've done southern soul food,
and then pizza.
Yeah.
So this year we talked about everything a little bit beforehand, and it's kind of funny that this year almost all of our highs and our lows are identical. Like in years past, they've been very separate. And this year, they all just seem to be pretty much the same things. So I don't know whether that's just a byproduct of us being up underneath each other all year long and traveling together for a lot of the year, and so like we were just always together. I'm guessing that has a lot to do with it, but it made for just an interesting recap.
For sure.
So without further ado,
let's hop on into it.
let's hop into it. Where you starting?
I'm gonna start with these cucumbers. I'm gonna get a little greenish in my body first.
Okay. That sounds nice. Let me get one. So definitely the high for this year for me, the highest highs, many highs. The highest high this year was us being pregnant at the top of the year. So without a shadow of a doubt, our baby is my high. Which unfortunately goes into the lowest low for this year.
Ooh, that's spicy.
It is spicy.
Ooh, this not spicy. So yeah, I would agree. That's definitely one of the highs and lows of the year. It was just so fun to just think about our baby and our just everything, because it was such a surprise.
Yeah.
When the doctor was like, "You know y'all pregnant, right?" And like me instantly just being so overcome with emotion and just boo-hooing.
Yes.
And then, our baby going back, our baby spirit going back to heaven, and all of that. I do take comfort in knowing that, we'll meet our baby in heaven one day. So
For sure.
definitely a high, definitely a drastic low.
This is so good. So kind of following up, Jená was in basically a prescribed state of being bedridden for a few weeks after she got out of the hospital. So like there was this big snowstorm in Memphis, and we finally got to go out and do stuff again because Jená was feeling well enough to get back out.
To walk without pain.
Yeah.
Because walking to the bathroom and back, I needed assistance. Like I had to.
She was draped over my shoulders, where I was pushing her, like holding her from behind at her hips, and she was like leaning back into me, and I was pushing her forward. So.
And I feel like we talked about that on the video, talking about our fertility and pregnancy journey. And we'll link that in the cards. But yeah, so that definitely for sure was, the low was being bedridden for like 3-4 weeks. The high was when I finally could walk without pain, and it just so happened that coincided with that storm, and we was playing in the stove, we was throwing snowballs, all of that. So that was a high low.
Definitely,
for sure.
definitely high. So a few more highs for me. Were like right after everything in the hospital, I realized like I need to get into therapy. So getting into therapy, finding a therapist and getting started with that, that was great for me. In addition to...
And I was so happy for you finally getting into, you know what I'm saying, doing what you needed to do to find a therapist that you liked, that you trusted. So I concur. Even though it's like your moment, I think it was a high for me too.
Well, I mean, that's completely understandable. Like when you were going through therapy, it's like I've always like just loved hearing, your stories. And like when I would get home from work, you'd be like, "So this is what we talked about today, and this is what."
Not even, you would be like, "So what happened in therapy?" And I'd be like, "Well, get a cup of coffee.
Let me break it down. So not only did I do therapy, my shoulder had been hurting me for like a year. Because it started before the panini. It started before the panini. And I got into physical therapy before we went to Mexico, which was like in May. So it was about a year that I was about a year that I was hurting. So getting into physical therapy and getting my shoulder issues cleared back up was nice, because getting back into the gym and doing all the things I want to do there, very important to me.
Yeah. And then I would say, additionally, next up a high for me would be my good Lord, my 33rd birthday, which was in March. So going into my birthday, my 33rd year, my Jesus year, I set up a photo shoot for myself, which I hadn't set up a photo shoot for myself in years, because it was always some kind of excuse. Ooh. Lord, be a piece of water. I don't have an outfit, you know. I want to lose a little weight. My skin needs to clear up. It was always something. And so for my 33rd birthday, it was like, no, I'm going into my Jesus year. I want to just be loving of everything that I am right now, for better or for worse. And I can work on whatever needs to get worked on. But I want to celebrate myself. And so having that photo shoot for my birthday was just, it was so powerful for me for so many reasons, because it's just a high for me. A low for me was a lot of stuff happened with me and my family around my birthday. And it was just really empowering for me to like just push through and be like, okay, I want to do this and I want to do this for myself. So what about you, baby?
I think just like trying to surprise you. Trying to surprise you at midnight for your birthday was a high for me.
Yeah, that was really nice. I was really emotional.
Noise! It's your birthday, make some noise! It's your birthday, make some noise!
And then us being able to like go do your photo shoot and then like have a nice dinner with just us afterwards. Got some pasta. Like when we first started dating, you were all about your pasta, and like we kind of wandered away from that, but it was nice to go back and have that. So
yeah, I agree. And we have a vlog for that. We will link that in the cards as well.
So another high for me was selling the Beast. It's like a bittersweet. It's a high and a low. The Beast, if y'all don't know, was my truck. It was like my dream truck growing up. My dad found it like when I was still 14. I wasn't even 16 yet. He found it. So I've had that truck for 17 years. And selling it was something I've been wanting to do for a while. But to finally get that done was like definitely high. It went to a very good home. The dude updates me all the time. Like
to this day.
I painted this. Like he just hit me up last weekend. Basically just finished painting it, repainting it. So he's done so much work to it. It's awesome to have handed off my baby to a guy who, you know,
is a good owner. Yeah, and keeps you updated. Yeah,
exactly.
And then that goes into like another high of ours was finally moving to Mexico. Like, I never thought in a million years that would be, or this would be our lives.
A reality, yeah.
Because up until the point where you make a decision to do something, it seems like you need more than what you actually need. Like in this process, we learned, not even just learn, we strengthen and fortify the fact that when we just are decisive together and we decide and we go forward, things come together quickly. It doesn't mean things come together perfectly. It's just that it's like, oh, we made a decision. They look like it ain't gonna. Let's like we keep navigating forward like we need to, and like to like quiet as kept, y'all. It don't take that much money to move to Mexico. You just have to have some financial self-control, preparing for it, and like you have to get your financial house in order. You have to get your financial house in order. You have to figure out a way to sustain like having income to keep coming in. But it's not crazy expensive. It's not even really expensive. It ain't even expensive at all to do it. You just have to make a decision,
right,
and move forward in that vein. But Mexico, and like just being able to go to Mexico and then come to the States for a little bit and then go back to Mexico and having visited, 5-6 cities, just definitely a high.
Definitely a high for me as well. Being close to like tropical, warm weather, beaches, like incredible, and then like amazing food. Basically everywhere we've gone, the local food has been great, and they've had the like American commodities in most of the cities that we've gone to. So if you want to taste at home, you can get some fast food or pizza or something like that. But Mexican food, the people are incredible. The weather was great. Like just going, us being together, back on our own, like living situation. Like y'all know we've been in Memphis at my folks' place for a while, and we did some traveling, but mostly with them. So to get back on our own, huge.
Yeah,
huge.
For
Really,
sure.
really appreciated that time of just being together, alone and together,
and doing new stuff for the first time together, and just like really depending upon God and depending upon each other.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
On your chin.
Thank you, baby. Yeah, so being in Mexico, like I've been wanting to learn Spanish. I think we both have been wanting to learn Spanish for a long time, and I have been doing stuff here and there, like small things to learn it. But getting into like an actual like Spanish curriculum of learning Spanish, that's a high for me.
Same.
Granted, we're not fluent yet, but I feel so confident, like being in Mexico and like.
Senora Johan over here, people was like, "Where you from?" They weren't saying it like that. Obviously, I'm adding my own. But in Spanish, they were like, "They're doing that." So yeah, John was speaking that lang on.
Yeah, and that's fun to me. It's been a while since I've learned something like new and fun. So that was a high for me. And
so that swung us into coming back to the States for a bit for John's birthday and our anniversary. And I guess a high and low around that is I'm so glad we were able to come back home and spend, his birthday in the States. But John, because we had got vaccinated, and the day before his birthday, I was fine. I was good to go. I had stuff planned, but that shot took Baby Bear on down.
Yeah. Somebody was like, "Are y'all sure you want to get the shot the day before your birthday?"
Your mama. And you was like, "No, let me fine."
It's a lesson in being stubborn and listening to your elders and listening to people talking. Are you sure you want to do that?
But yeah, so his birthday, and then when I tell you this anniversary this year, okay, we gonna keep it 100.
Let's keep it 100.
We gonna keep it a stack of racks.
Keep it a stack of racks.
Y'all, every year around our anniversary, every year around certain events in our lives, we be at each other's neckies. And we know part of it has to do with just us being human and needing to get better at communicating, and we're continuing to do that and work on that and progress. But it's like that piece of crab didn't want to get eaten. It's like we be like arguing, and it'd be like it'd be over simple, silly stuff.
It really does.
And this year wasn't no different. But I will say, moving forward, because we know, and like we know that we always know.
Every year.
Because after anniversary season be over, we be like, it happened again. So we did it again.
Every single year.
But this year, 2022, Satan, you ain't about to do this to us in our relationship. We
Not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan. So I would say the low is definitely when we're not seeing eye to eye, and when our communication isn't as fluid as we like to be. Because my whole thing when we get into disagreements and arguments is, how do we win together?
Yeah.
Like what is it that we're really talking about? What really is the issue? What really is the problem? And what do we need to do to win together?
Yeah.
So having just a really, tough, challenging moments. Because again, we've said this before on our channel. We will continue to say it.
Always.
Marriage don't have to be hard. We can have fun and easy marriages, but we do recognize there can be hard, challenging, difficult seasons and moments within marriage. Because if you take a step back and look at your marriage on the whole, it should be, y'all are doing good.
It should be a net positive.
Far more net positive. Y'all be doing good far more than the bad. Like the good must be outweighing the bad, and that's how we treat it, and that's generally the case for us.
Yeah.
Until we get into the moments where we just allowing our own ego, our own pride, a little bit of Satan and his suggestions to get in our way. But yeah,
that's it. And y'all remind us whenever we drop the birthday vlog or something this year, y'all be in the comments like, I know y'all's anniversary coming up. Keep y'all prayed up. Y'all don't forget.
Yeah. So this year, 2022.
Same team.
When y'all see July coming around, August coming around, be like, hey, remember. So coinciding with that, each year I do my best to make sure John has a really good birthday. And so it's like his birthday buzz up right against our anniversary, because I like to celebrate his birthday, not just his that day, but like the birthday week and sometimes that month. And our anniversary is right after that. And so it's like if I'm going out doing my thug thizzle for your birthday, I need you to come on around with that anniversary plan.
Yeah.
So, and y'all, when I tell you, he slam dunked it. And this goes back to a video that we did before, and I'll link it up here, where I just talked about sometimes we be wanting our spouses to like plan all these incredible adventures, and they don't always take the initiative that we would want them to. And sometimes you just have to be frank and be like, hey, I really want this. I would really appreciate if you did this, because our spouses are not mind readers. Like, if you are, the wife, and you want your husband to do this, and you seeing that it might not come together, it's okay to be like, hey, baby, can I suggest this? And vice versa. If you are a husband and you want things to go a particular way, be like, hey, baby, I would love for this to happen, but just to give them a little leg up, because again, our spouses are not mind readers. Now, with that being said, there still has to be some personal accountability, where it's like,
you can't be doing that every single time.
Correct.
You gotta yes, you might have to spoon feed your spouse some things, every now and then. Like, I've really been wanting to do this for a couple years for my birthday. Can we make it happen this year? But it shouldn't be like every date night, like, hey, I want to do this, or like every birthday, like, my birthday's coming up, don't forget my birthday, or anniversary. Like, there's got to be some self-initiative and self-starting going on there.
For sure.
But
to the anniversary, y'all,
we had
so much fun. We did definitely a high. So many fun things that we did around the city of Memphis.
We had like 2 anniversaries.
We did. So in Memphis, and then we took that band trip.
Tell them about it. Tell me about it. Y'all, van life 1.0 was incredible. Jená has been so excited about trying van life, and I hadn't always seen as much of the allure in it. Mm-hmm. I love traveling, but just the thought of living in a very small confined space, and I guess there was just something about that put me off. I don't know exactly what it was, but part of it was me being tied to my career as an engineer.
I was just about to say that, because in your mind, stuff is fine, Lord,
everywhere.
Because part of it was in your mind, how are you going to be able to be the engineer that you want to be and grow in your career, and us living in van life and traveling like that. But when I tell you that trip,
it was incredible.
It was a tester trip, but it confirmed everything that needed to confirm for me.
And for me. I mean, so much confirmation, and just wow, I had a blast.
I'm talking about again, this was not, it didn't go off without a hitch, people, but all in all,
overwhelmingly net positive.
So to be able to hike in the Narrows or sprint on the salt flats, and then immediately be able to cook some dinner and go to sleep. Oh,
Yeah, like that turnaround time.
What I tell you.
You don't have to drive back to town.
Ooh. Special.
And then too, you're in the midst of nature while you're, not hiking and doing whatever.
I can remember the day I graduated with my master's.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I went home, took all my robe and stuff off, and John was like,
"Come on, we're gonna hike.
Let's go." And I was like, "Okay." So like,
just like that.
One thing about us, we gonna hike.
We are going.
We gonna be in nature.
We're gonna do some nature.
This video's new Subbie Shoutout goes out to Maya, K. Smith, and Kim. Welcome to the tribe, y'all. If you would like to be featured in a future video's new Subbie Shoutout, hop down in the comments and let us know you're new to the tribe.
Anniversary in Memphis, dope, and van life trip, dope, highest of highs. Cherry on top to those highs, we got some couples pictures. Like we had not had pictures together since we eloped. So for our anniversary, we was like, we gonna get some photos together. Like it was one photo in particular. We was in the middle of the street shooting it, and somebody literally rolled down their car window, leaned down, was like,
"It's the love for me."
It's the love for me.
Yeah, it was just a very, very intimate. Like Jená and I, like we knew our photos were being taken. We were just tunnel vision on each other, and it was nice. It was really nice.
And then the photos that we took together in the van life, especially on the salt flats.
We published like a behind the scenes video
of
our
true.
photo shoot, but we haven't shared any of our photos.
Yeah.
From our photo shoot or from our van life photo shoot.
So we'll put some of those in Patreon, and we'll just go ahead and upload some of those on our Instagram as well. If not on our Instagram feed, definitely in our Instagram story. So make sure y'all are following both of us on Instagram. The links to our Instagram are always in the description box, and sometimes we do put them in the card. So make sure that you are following both John and I on Instagram, because we have separate accounts.
And TikTok. Y'all follow us on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
If you would like to help us in making consistent and higher quality videos, consider joining our Patreon. We have a current goal of hitting 100 Patreon members. You can support our vision for as low as $2 a month and get access to exclusive videos as well as bloopers and outtakes that don't make the vlogs.
So a high for me, I would say, was finding our flow, like our gym flow in Mexico.
Absolutely.
When we got back the second time, the first two spots that we were in were very short and like semi-chaotic. A lot of moving.
What you mean the first two spots?
Being in Cancun and Holbox.
Okay, so we went to Mexico, y'all. Came back to the States, obviously for van life and his birthday, and then we went back to Mexico. So you talking about when we finally got back?
Right.
We was in Cancun for like a few days.
2 or 3 days.
And then we went to Holbox for
5 or 6 days.
And then we were in Valladolid longer, and that's when our gym routine started.
Yeah, we found a good flow with the gym there. We found a good affordable gym. Great, like the lady spoke amazing English there. Was very friendly. We had a good little routine, like our walk to the gym, like our protein snacks and everything.
Oh my God, I love that. So we got into this routine where we would walk to the gym, but before the grocery store that we would pass by, we would stop in there and we would get our pre-workout meal, which would be a Rice Krispie treat and tuna.
Yeah, it was
that was that thing.
And we have maybe a protein shake or like split an energy drink or something if we were tired. But yeah, it was so much fun. Like every day we walked past and we went in, and we sat down on the steps, or we sat in some tables at the front of the gym. Boom. And then when we left Valladolid, we gotta keep this momentum going.
Yeah.
And so when we got to Mérida, we found another gym that was within walking distance. Great gym again. And our new routine there was like this 30-minute walk to the 30-minute walk, something like that, to the gym and back. And like we'd listen to podcasts or just do just talk. And that was so good.
Yeah.
Also, while we were in Mérida, we were able to like catch back up because we've been moving so much that like we've been filming all this content, but like hadn't been able to work as much as we wanted to. Anyway, so we started to catch back up on our videos, and our channel really like started to grow. It took off for a second there, which was awesome to see all these new people, and just it's always nice to see new faces in our tribe. So That was definitely a high.
So additionally, another high is while we were in Merida, gym flow popping, we finally like met some amazing people, because up until that point we was traveling, we was kind of like meeting people, but we met some people that I would consider them friends now. Like, so hey, shout out to Marin, shout out to Shuan, shout out to Megan. But just some genuine girls that, you know, I still chat with them on WhatsApp now. So it was such a relief to feel like, you know, we could go and hang out with people or go and get a lunch date with somebody other than each other. Like, we didn't realize how necessary it was to, you know, just be around other people while we were traveling internationally. And that was absolutely a high.
Definitely high. Yeah, because we got plugged into like the black community, like
Black expat community
in Merida, which is dope. They've got a walk every Saturday morning at this park. So like, it was nice to go out there and meet new black folks from America who were down in Mexico hanging out every week. So that was great. But obviously, like those three girls and y'all's fearsome foursome, y'all had a lot of fun and still are.
And which kind of goes into another high, like. For years, John and I have been talking about the fact that for Christmas and Thanksgiving, we don't want to be nowhere cold. Like, we want to be on vacation come Thanksgiving and Christmas. Because, you know, we see our people all of the time. So it's like, we want to make sure the holidays, we doing stuff that we enjoy. So this year, we were actually able, finally, after all these years, to be in Merida in hot, warm weather for Thanksgiving. We got to hang out with, you know, our friends that we had met in Merida. We got to sightsee. We just love that for us.
Yeah, we had some great Thanksgiving brunch, Thanksgiving dinner together. It was just nice. It was nice and calm and peaceful, and like Jená said, warm, filled with laughter with friends. So definitely a high. Right after Thanksgiving, I cut all my hair off. That's a high for me. You know, I won't say it's a low. Some people might say, oh, I miss it, but like, and I have in the past missed my hair like once I've cut it off, but like, just, it feels really good this time. And every time I cut it off, I donate it to a charity. When I was growing up, I had a neighbor who had cancer as a kid, and you know, she passed away. But you know, while she was going through chemo and everything, like just seeing that, to be able to donate my hair once I grow it out, like it's not all chivalrous. Like I like to grow my hair, like it's fun for me to like change up my style, but like when I'm changing it back to being short, to donate it is a big thing for me.
Right, because he's grown it out 3 times, so he's big chopped 3 times, and each time he has donated his hair to charity. Yeah,
so that was definitely a high for me. Plus, I like the new style that I've got, so that's nice. That's nice.
So for sure, 2021 was a very different year for us because of like the things that we talked about. We had very much similar highs and lows. We very much so went off on our own and carved our own path for sure this year, which led to a lot of self-discovery.
Yeah, for sure.
So what would you say was your biggest lesson as a person this year and in our marriage?
I think my biggest lesson as a person was like, I can't do it alone. I have to have the people around me, and I have to open up to the people around me. I have to open up to those people around me. So just being in communication and like a vulnerable and honest and transparent state with the people that I have around me. That's the only way to make it through life. Because for so long I've tried to like just will it all myself and like figure it all out on my own, and like it's just like toxic independence, if you will. You know, like for whatever reason people do that. They try to like not depend on anyone for stuff, and I was a key example of that. And I've got this amazing person with me, like my best friend, and I'm not leaning on her to like help me out and like help me talk through things. I'm not sharing my emotions and not sharing my struggles and my highs as well. Like just being emotionally unavailable almost, and then just trying to do everything too independently. Not trying to burden other people with my stuff. Like that's what those people in your life are for, to share your journey with.
You feel like if you tell people stuff, it will burden them?
Yeah, I mean everybody's got their own stuff. So like,
But if you're already not sharing, why would you feel like the stuff that you were sharing will be a burden?
Just I think for the sake that like, I know everybody else has got their own things going on, and like sometimes you like minimize the things that you're going through as like this not worthy of like sharing with people. Like, oh, this is a small thing, I'll just deal with it on my own, or take it up to God, but not take it to anybody else. Which I'm not saying don't take it to God. You should still take it to God, but just take it around with your your people that you confide in, your inner circle, if you will. So developing an inner circle has been a big thing for me.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm still trying to work on that and grow that there.
I'm definitely, can I say that?
Go ahead.
I'm like proud of the effort that you've put into trying to have a God tribe this year, for that brotherhood and that accountability. Like, it hasn't been perfect, but you've definitely been doing a way better job to like, that's the thing, because we are best friends, like, it's like we can get so wrapped up into each other.
It's so easy to do that.
And it's like, baby, you need other friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm your best friend, but you need other friends. And like with me, the girlfriends that I do have, just being more open and more vulnerable with them. So obviously with wisdom, so we can build even richer and deeper relationships. But I'm definitely proud of you for the guy gang that you've actively been working towards to build in 2021, and then I'm so excited to see how those friendships blossom.
Yeah, I would say the areas I feel like we've grown the most in 2021 as a couple, I would say it's our like we always work well as a team when we're on the road. We always work amazing when we're on the road together. I feel like maybe this is a byproduct of my growth, but I just feel like our communication has gotten better, and maybe that's because I'm communicating more, or maybe I'm being a better listener. But I feel like our communication has gotten better, and like our teamwork, I feel like me leaning into you more has allowed us to work a little bit more as a team.
Okay.
And then just seeing, like, no matter where we are or what we do, that we're capable of like figuring it out together. Like moving to Mexico, boom, figured it out, like had an amazing time. Mm-hmm. Boom, van life, like we've got a route picked out, but like getting in the van and just figuring it out day by day, that to me I think is an important lesson for me, and just I think that's a way that we showed out together really well this year. What would you say that your biggest area of growth was individually, and how about as a couple?
I don't know why, but as soon as you like threw that question back at me, I was like, oh, about to cry. I couldn't feel it. In Mukbangs in the past, your girl always shed a tear. I was trying to be a thug this year, but boy, I felt them tears trying to creep back in my eyes. I think that this year for me, growth-wise, personally, has been embracing, I don't want to say embracing confusion, but just embracing the I don't know part of life, and leaning into those questions and leaning into like sadness and sorrow and devastation, and leaning into myself.
What do you mean leaning into sadness and sorrow and
like
devastation?
Not having like this fake positivity. You know what I mean? Like really leaning into, I am upset about this. Why am I so upset about this? Where is this coming from? Or being sad and being like, is this normal to be sad about this? Or is it normal to be sad this frequently? Is this, depression? And really, 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 really challenging myself to make sure I love who I am. Outside of friends, outside of family, outside of you. Like, do I love who I am? Do I love my personality? Do I love my strengths? How am I thinking about my weaknesses? Are my weaknesses making me talk bad to myself? Are my weaknesses making me say negative things about myself in my head? So I think an area of personal growth for me this year has truly been making sure Jená Emily Utley can stand 10 toes down on who she is, and really being okay to be by myself in how I feel about myself. Because in the past, I didn't realize how much of the way that I moved was so dependent upon what you thought, or what my parents thought, or what my friends would say, or what Christian society would say. And it's been hard, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm sitting here like with my neck poked out now, but it was a lot of tears, a lot of confusion, a lot of just like in my pit stomach sadness to get me to this point. And sometimes you have to really get to the bottom of the barrel, and you have to really get to the bottom of why, like the questions why, before you can really start coming back up. And I want to like myself, y'all. I want to like myself. I want to love myself. Obviously, the things that are my weaknesses, I want to work on them. I want to get stronger and better in them, but I gotta love me. And that's definitely been a moment of growth for me. And as it relates to us, I think that.
But first, I think it's been awesome to watch you kind of navigate that, because that's a deep journey. And like, I'm gonna go like big picture for a second. Like, our culture almost just makes it so like you gotta be happy all the time, and like it's so unhealthy. And so like to watch you kind of pull that curtain back just in your life,
it's been ugly and hard.
It has been sometimes, but it's been beautiful. It's been a beautiful journey to see you like really like asking yourself these questions of like, why do I feel like this? And like,
why do these situations always trigger me like this?
Mm-hmm.
Where did it come from?
How do I change it in moving forward? And like, it's okay to be sad. Like, it's you don't always have to put on the, So it's been beautiful to watch. Your emotional growth is always inspiring to me, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So, as a couple,
I would say that I am most proud of our. Okay. I feel like it's something I'm proud of about me that's like reflective in our relationship. Of me being vocal about what I need, how I need it, and you know what I mean, what I expect of you, and what that looks like. Instead of being upset or hurt that this didn't go this way or this didn't happen like this, me being very frank with you, hey, this is what I need, this is what I need emotionally, this is what I need physically, this is what I need sexually, this is what I need, and I'm not going to accept less than. So, you need to do what you need to do on your end to meet me here. Whether that is talking to your bros or getting in therapy or, just, I've been very vocal about, I feel like I've been vocal about that stuff in years past.
I feel like this year you were just like, you definitely had like a big boss chick energy this year. Big boss babe, not chick. Boss woman, whatever you want to say. It was just, it's awesome to see that. But I think because of that, and because of what you were saying about learning to love yourself like on a deeper level, it's like you kind of have less room for like the nonsense.
Come on, somebody.
And to be honest, like some of the stuff that we deal with, that you deal with me, is nonsense. Like in any relationship, it is. I think there's like some things that maybe not any
nonsense, but I think I
you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like you say something so long and it's like, okay, look, I've said this a couple times, but it needs to change. So I think that's a little bit where it came from this year, and that was a good reality check for me. Like I said before, I haven't like dated you the best recently, like I used to, and so being more intentional about that, and like seeing how well the anniversary went this year, like because of the effort that I put in, like okay, like step back up to the plate, step up to the mantle, if you will, and woo you back over.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And in all fairness, because we just love being under each other so much, there was a level of complacency that we both demonstrated, just because we are so okay to sit on the couch with some ice cream and watch Netflix and chill, and that is our forever day. You know what I'm saying? Because we just love. Because we gonna cuddle, we gonna crack a couple jokes, we gonna give each other some Eskimo kisses, and we love doing that. But to a degree, it's just like, we definitely believe that you should always date your spouse, and I felt like I was doing an okay job of dating you, and I just wanted,
job.
Not even a better job because you were dating me, but I was very vocal about specifics of what I feel like my heart was yearning for.
That's fair. Yeah, I will say that. I will say that that benefited both of us. Yeah. So what you said about that being something that you were going through, and in turn helping us grow as a couple, I will agree with that.
Because I feel like that was the same for basically what you said. Like what your personal growth was bled into our marriage. That's one reason that I think it's important for me to have my own separate friends and therapists, and you to have your own separate friends and therapists, because once we grow, because we're committed to our relationship, wherever we grow personally, our marriage benefits.
Yeah.
So if we're whole people, we make even better relationship, better marriage, all of it.
Right. I'm excited to see where 2022 takes us.
Yes, I feel like more boss energy for me. I feel like you about to roll into, John 3.4.
3.3.
3.3, and loads more loving on each other better, loving on each other the ways that
we want to be loved on.
That you like to be loved on, and I like to be loved on. More growth, more soul searching, more answers being found.
I think it's those deep moments that are so rewarding, and those high moments. Like we always have so much fun together, but I think it's just more benefited, and their moments are higher because of like the deep work that we're going through, like both of us individually. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see this, new chapter of Boss Jená. I'm excited to see this new chapter of us. I am eager to see where our travel journeys go to. I'm eager to see just so many things about our faith, our relationship, our friendships, our family. Like, is this the year we finally get some pupperinos? Is this the year we finally get?
If 2022, the way it started out, has been any indication of what 2022 is going to be like, the theme has to be, hang on, we don't know, expect the unexpected, okay? Expect the unexpected. If y'all are not following our newsletter or have subscribed to our newsletter, go ahead and subscribe to our newsletter, because it's our plan. We have plans, y'all. It's definitely our plan to, in our newsletter, not just share with y'all, when videos are dropping, but to kind of, because stuff gonna be coming from the left and the right, from the north and the south, the east winds and the west winds, and we're going to be more detailed in the emails about that, even when stuff doesn't necessarily hit the video. We'll let y'all know what's happening and different things like that. So please make sure you are subscribed to the newsletter. The link for the newsletter is always in the description box below, as well as, matter of fact, just check the description boxes. We always have all of the information from like equipment that we use, videos that we mention in the video that we're currently in, just special links, all of it.
Yeah.
So
we pray that your 2022 is your most blessed year yet. Mm-hmm. We are looking forward to continuing our year-end mukbang journey next year. This was a really fun one. We have plenty of food left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye, y'all. Until the next one.
Bye.
Be blessed.
Be blessed. So before y'all point it out in the comments, yes, it's a hickey on my neck. Mind your business, okay? Mind your business.
We married, okay?
We's married. Oh God. Wait, okay, that's it. Cut.
We just want to say a huge thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Y'all know we have a goal of 100 Patreons, and these people right here have been holding us down. We appreciate your support so much. So thank you. Until next video, be blessed.